Carolina Sarassa, and thank you for being with us today. And we begin with a California tragedy. The scene of the latest school shooting in America is still active one day after a 60-year-old student opened fire at Saugus High School in Santa Clarita, California, terrorizing yet another community, leaving many injured and at least 2 dead. Lorraine Cáceres has a timeline of what happened.
Working to collect cell phone and surveillance video as part of their investigation, as well as looking into biographical information on the suspected shooter's social media account that was taken down after the shooting. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Lorraine, for that report. And now let's go to Salvador Duran, who's in Santa Clarita with the latest information on the shooter. Salvador, reporting you have been doing. And now for more on this tragedy, we are joined by Catherine Schweit. She's a former prosecutor and a retired executive of the FBI's active shooter program. Meanwhile, a Pennsylvania school district is suspending a teacher after he allegedly said he wished he could shoot students for talking. Eileen Cardet has details and the reaction from parents. One of the biggest gun brands is about to become a standalone company. American, while former President Bill Clinton is speaking out about mass shootings in schools, he called in to CNN and talked about how lawmakers need to put politics aside. And while in Mountain View, California, Vice President Mike Pence offered thoughts and prayers for the students at Saugus High School. The school after touring the Ames Research Center at NASA. Now to Washington. House lawmakers are hearing from one witness today. The former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Jovanovich, was targeted by the president's allies in a smear campaign. Now central to the inquiry, Rafael Rodriguez has highlights from this morning's testimony. During her testimony, President Trump blasted her on Twitter, writing in part, "Everywhere she went turned bad." Chairman Adam Schiff read those tweets back to the former ambassador and asked her for a response, and she said, quote, "It is intimidating." And now, as the world is wound away on Capitol Hill, and that includes people in Russia, one of the countries at the center of the public hearings, and as the turmoil continues, many are saying it is a win for the Russian president. The G7 summit may not be taking place at one of the president's resorts, but another major event will. The Republican National Committee now will have an update in. And welcome back to Unews. In Kentucky, Republican Governor Matt Bevin has conceded defeat. 20 News Republican John Huntsman is entering the 2020. Several other candidates are taking part in a forum tomorrow in California. The real America. Now to another major story we're tracking. Scandals around the Catholic Church keep making headlines. This time, the leader of the Diocese of Brooklyn, who was chosen to investigate cases of abuse, turning out to be on the receiving end of abuse allegations. Peggy Carranza has more from New York City. A snapshot of immigration enforcement at the border after CBP released its latest numbers. It reveals a decrease in migrant detentions, but other figures suggest that the U.S. might just be pushing the problem south of the border into Mexico. Tena Rodriguez has more. A new report says that a major city in the Midwest is the most friendly for migrants. Luis Mejid has more details on the other cities that also made the cut. And coming up, it could have been much. And welcome back to Unews. Exploding food trucks are probably the last thing people thought when they heard violent sounds early Thursday morning in one Texas city. Firefighters say a propane tank in a food truck blew up. After that, a domino effect. As Roger Borges explains, a number of food trucks were damaged or destroyed in that explosion. And a Houston family has been left homeless after they say a hoverboard exploded and burned down their home. They say it happened in a matter of seconds, and they're only alive thanks in part to their son's actions. Grecia Lastra has more. Now to a close call in Washington state that could have been fatal. A 19-year-old pilot caught in the air when the plane's propeller stopped working, and that was just the beginning of his problems. Yuri Murungi has more. Next, extra high waves are surging. The historic city of Venice, Italy, is in a state of emergency. Water levels are even higher this morning because Barambari has more. Now to Mexico for a heartwarming story. A group of surfers is not letting any setbacks stop them from catching the waves. Paola Biden has the story of how this group is changing lives and empowering people. Paola, up next in your health. In today's health news, fewer people are smoking cigarettes in the U.S. That's according to a new report published by the CDC. According to the CDC, every 11 seconds, someone in the U.S. gets a resistant infection, and every 15 minutes, someone dies from it. Blanca Rosa Vilches has more from New York City. Thank you, Blanca. Up next, it is a family. It is being called one of the best performances from last night's Latin Grammys in Las Vegas. Nominee Alejandro Sanz. And from the time that we have for today, we'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you for watching.